Hi everybody, I'm here today with a review of a new product that I found just the other day, and it's the Revlon, that's not right, it's the Maybelline, oh, this video is off to a really good start. It's the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB 8-in-1 Beauty Balm. This is what it looks like. And I found this here in Canada at Walmart the other day. I love BB creams. I love the Korean BB creams that I've tried, and I've been trying to get the same kind of results from, like find comparable dupes here in the drugstore because the BB creams can be quite pricey, and you have to order them online and everything like that, so they can be difficult to buy, and, unless you want to go looking for a specialty store or buy them. So when I saw this one for $8.96, I thought I would give it a try. As far as availability goes, I have only seen this so far here at Walmart, but it's been my experience that once it shows up there, I'll start to see it in the drugstores as well, like Shoppers or... As far as price goes, it was $8.96 for 30 mils, so I think that's a really good... But bargain doesn't mean anything if it's not a good product. So let's talk about some other things. The shade range I quite liked. They had a light tint. They had a light to medium tint, because that's what they call it. They say light, medium, sheer tint. So just so that, people don't think that they're getting like full coverage foundation, it's labeled as a sheer tint. So they had a light, they had light to medium, they had medium to dark. I didn't notice if they also had a dark. The light was very light. And then, like I said, light to medium is what I actually purchased. And I'm wearing it today. I have self-tanner on today as well, so that's making my skin look a little bit darker and a little bit more glowy. It being, like I find with all Maybelline foundations, it tends to run more on like the salmon-y or kind of orangey tone, so you have to be really, really careful with that. But I liked the fact that it wasn't just one, one size fits all, which a lot of the BB creams are. Like, you don't get a shade range at all. Okay, now, as far as application goes, you can see that it's like quite liquidy. Okay, and you can see the color there. So mine's light to medium, and it's definitely got more of kind of like an orangey tone, whereas most of the other BB creams that I've tried either, are like brown, not brown, but they've got more of like that neutral undertone, or they've got like a gray cast to them. So this one's a little bit more orange, but it blends in. It's so sheer, and it blends in so well that it's not like you look orange, but just to warn you, it does have that orange kind of cast. It does oxidize slightly, so that's something you have to be wary of. Like, if you really have a hard time with like pink or orange undertones, it's probably not going to work for you. Like, if you've got very pale, like porcelain type skin. So you can apply it with your fingers, which I did today, or with a brush, which was what I have been doing. I noticed when I used my fingers, I noticed that I could tell that it went kind of like, as you apply it, it goes from a liquid to like a balm consistency. So it starts off, when I first started, I thought, oh, this is really runny. But as soon as I started to rub it in, it thickened up a little bit, and you got more of a balm consistency, which was really nice. When you use the brush, it buffs it into the skin really, really well. And when you use your fingers, it melts it into the skin. And I find using my fingers gives me more of a sheer application, whereas using the brush gives me more like a buffed kind of look, and I can build better with the brush than I can with my fingers, but that's just me. That's like a personal preference. So I would definitely say that this goes on more, this feels more like it feels like a BB cream as opposed to a tinted moisturizer. It's not thick like a tinted moisturizer is, and it's got like this kind of thin consistency to it. And what I love about BB creams is they're not there to necessarily offer a lot of coverage. What they're there to do is just like enhance your skin, smooth out your skin tone, just kind of give a nice kind of finish to the skin and give you a nice glow without using a lot of glitter. And that's what I love about them. So you can use them on their own if you don't feel like you need a lot of coverage. If you're like, or if you're having a good skin day, you can just use them on your own. If you do prefer more coverage and like, you know, more of a foundation look, or you feel like you need more coverage, the great thing about a BB cream is it works very well as a primer and moisturizer. Tinted moisturizer you can't really use as a makeup primer. You kind of have to just use it on your own because it has the consistency of like a creamy foundation. So I think that this Maybelline one, like as I was working with it and I saw what the finish was like, it really read like my Korean BB creams as opposed to, you know, the other drugstore brand BB creams that I've been using. That's something to consider if you've never tried a BB cream. Like, don't expect to get a lot of coverage, but for some reason it just, without the coverage, they make your skin look really, really nice. And that's what I like about them, is the fact that I don't really like the feel or the look of having a lot of foundation on my face, but I do like an even skin tone and just kind of a nice radiant look to the skin. But I hate like lots of glitter, so that's what I get with the good BB creams, and that's what I got with this Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream. So I really, really, really liked the way that it applied, and I really like the way that it, you know, finished. This doesn't have glitter in it, but you can see it just gives a really kind of nice radiance to the skin. Just makes my skin look, you know, just alive and awake, and that's what I liked about, and that's what I love about the BB cream finish, and I get that from this one, so thumbs up. Like I said, as far as the finish goes, it does oxidize slightly, so it goes a little bit more tanny. That's something to watch for. Like if you've really got those pale kind of undertones, it might not be the right color range for you. I'm okay with it right now in the summertime because I want that kind of glowy look, tanned look, so it's not too bad. And I find most people have darker skin tone than I do anyway. So okay, so as far as what I think, as far as skin types that I think that this would work for, I really feel like it covers skin types that are normal, definitely like normal to combination or normal to dry. It's not going to be good for people that are extremely oily, or not even extremely oily, like somebody who has like oily complexion. I don't think that you're going to find this mattifying enough. And for those who have like very dry skin, you're going to find it not moisturizing enough. But for everybody in the middle, I find that it's moisturizing enough if you have slightly dry skin. And I also feel like it's not too dewy or too luminous for somebody who has, you know, combination or slightly oily skin. The only downsides that I have, like to me, the cons, if I had to come up with a couple of cons, are the oxidization can be a factor. Like you can tell that I've talked about that a little bit throughout the review. I just feel like, you know, if you want that kind of pale look, you're going to get a little bit of oxidization. But then again, the oxidization is not so bad that you end up with like orange face and pale neck. So it's not too bad, but it is a factor to consider. And the other one is it's not quite as good a coverage as the other BB creams that I use and really like. Even though they're all like a sheer coverage, I find some of them like cover a little bit better than this, but I think it does a pretty good job. Overall, I think that Maybelline has actually done a really good job with this. I find they've actually come up with something that I feel okay calling a BB cream, whereas a lot of these, you know, drugstore brands are just taking a tinted moisturizer and slapping the word BB cream on them. I think anybody who is a lover of BB creams knows that there's just something about a BB cream that's different than any other product, and you know it when you get it, and I feel like I'm getting it in the Dream Fresh BB cream. So out of all of the ones that I've tried that are available right now in the drug, they've come out like really, like within the last 6 months, they've just like, here you are as BB cream. I think that it's the best one. It's got the best price point. It's only $9, which is excellent. I love the fact that there's quite a substantial SPF in here. There's an SPF of 30, which is excellent. I know that in the States, and I think maybe England, the Garnier Skin Renew comes with an SPF of 15. It's not labeled that way here in Canada, so I'm not exactly sure why that is. But this one's got the 30 in there, which I think is great. So I think if you want to try BB creams, but you don't want to order them from online, or you don't want to pay a lot of money, you want to find something at the drugstore that you can just go in, I say keep an eye out for this. $8.96 makes it the best value for the money. I'm quite happy with it. And as I said, I think it does the best job of mimicking a Korean BB cream that I've seen here in the drugstore. So give that a try. And I hope you like it. And thanks for watching, guys. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.